I'm here to review a movie, but the problem is, I don't want to fucking review this movie because this is the worst movie ever fucking created. The Faculty. Garbage. Fucking garbage. A fly literally just flew into my fucking room because of the shit stench that this brings in here. This movie is complete trash. Okay? And what hurts me the most is the fact that I had to pay $5 fucking out of my own pocket. Do you understand what I could have bought with $5? Okay? Do you know what $5 can get you nowadays? I could have gotten myself half a gallon of gas with those $5 to drive myself back home and save myself the humiliation and the 2 hours that I fucking wasted watching this train wreck of a goddamn movie. Alright? These fucking actors, these lead actors, these supposed A-list guys that we're supposed to believe carried this movie into simplicity, into relevance. I'm supposed to believe that Josh fucking Hartnett, the guy that waited 40 days and 40 nights to fuck his girlfriend, the guy who can't even talk right, who talks in this nasally, raspy voice to sound cool and project himself as this little badass who throws this toothpick on you. Go fuck yourself, alright? This is absolutely despicable. This makes me sick. I can't believe I ended up watching this piece of shit. This ranks down there with Cloverfield. Alright guys, but in all seriousness, that was just a bullshit rant. This movie is actually pretty good. This is actually, I'm not even into sci-fi bullshit. As you can tell by the least ranked movie I have is Cloverfield, because that movie is a fucking piece of shit, train wreck, motherfucking son of a bitch movie, that if I was to review it, it would probably be a lot like what you just saw. But when it comes to sci-fi, this is probably one of my favorite movies, because this is actually a movie that I didn't even want to watch to begin with. And it was actually thanks to MTO that I ended up watching it, because for some reason he wanted to watch this over Charlie's Angels. And as a 6-year-old, a straight 6-year-old who liked women, seeing 3 hot women in a movie just seemed a little bit more, cool to watch than this fucking gay fucking flick with this nasally guy, which, by the way, I do like Josh Hartnett. Not in a homo way, of course, but I do like Josh Hartnett in the sense that I like his acting. But I didn't really think about it until later on, a few years later on, that I actually watched the movie, and I ended up, actually enjoying the shit out of it, because it's actually a really unique concept. It's this concept of aliens taking over a school, and these high school kids trying to stop it, and the only thing that can stop it is this, drug that Josh Hartnett invents that only contains caffeine. So, I mean, nowadays, you can just go to the fucking 7-Eleven and buy a Rockstar or a Monster, and I guess that would put an end to it, the alien takeover, which, all these people post Snapchats and Facebook videos of them seeing these UFOs, but, I mean, according to the Faculty, as long as you buy a Monster or a Rockstar or a Red Bull, you can kill them right then and there. Anyway, again, it wasn't just the plot that was interesting, it was actually the actors, because there wasn't a whole lot of really established people in this movie that made you want to see this movie, because what a lot of films do is they get these A-list kind of guys, and they sort of draw you into the movie, kind of like what Lucy did with me, because I didn't want to watch it to begin with, and then I saw that it starred Scarlett Johansson, so I was like, I have to fucking watch this, and I ended up loving that movie. So, kind of like with this, what I think they did well is, they took a bunch of people that nobody really knew. This was before Elijah Wood did The Lord of the Rings. I think this was before Josh Hartnett did, Halloween H2O and any of his other movies, that if anybody remembers any of them. And this was before Jordana Brewster got into the Fast and the Furious, and I don't think Stokely did anything. That Usher guy, I don't know what the fuck he did with his career after this. And, of course, how could I forget? The legend of Stan. Stan ended up having the best career out of all of them, so there was that. But one thing I liked is that it gathered these young actors that were on the rise and sort of placed them in this interesting movie with this good plot, and it ended up succeeding well. I'm not sure how it did critically. I don't know if a lot of people liked it, but it says that Fox TV says it's hip and scary, but that's what they say about everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Scary Movie has the same fucking saying right there, hip and scary by Fox TV. But anyway, again, I really enjoyed this movie, and I don't even like sci-fi. So even if you're not into sci-fis, you're more into the thriller category, or if you just, I don't know, if you want a decent scare, it's a good entertainment, and it's a good projection. Like one thing that I think that they did well here is they gave it this Breakfast Club like concept where it gathered all these opposites and gained them together to work together for a common force. Of course, the Breakfast Club was more about them becoming friends, and this is about them killing aliens with drugs. So when you really think about it, this is more fun. Anyway, on my scale, of course, from Cloverfield up all the way until Scarface, this I think gets a solid 3.5 stars. I think what was missing was, I think, a little bit more action. I mean, granted, it did have a lot of the people ended up becoming aliens, and the hero ended up being, of course, the most unlikely of them all. So, what I think really what we needed a little more of was maybe like deaths. You know, what happened in this movie was when they got captured by the aliens, they became a different person. I think if you actually killed off people, it would have made the movie a little bit better. But aside from that, I think the movie was well done. Pretty enjoyable film. I give it 3.5 stars. That's about that. That's The Faculty. So this has been the other guy for the MTOMR Reviews, bringing you this movie review of The Faculty. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Nah, Gabe. But thanks.